What's up, guys? Justin from the team Misplay here. I'm going to be doing a quick YCS Philly recap. I know we're a little bit behind, and sorry for not posting videos lately. We've all just been kind of busy, and school just let out for a lot of us, so we've all been kind of all over the place. But let's talk about YCS Philly. So there was 1,486 players at Philly. This was bigger than Chicago, and it was also bigger than Dallas. I can probably attribute this for the fact that Galactic Overlord was legal for this YCS, so pretty sure everybody wanted to get out there and see how their new decks would do. Had the top 16 breakdown, was 8 Dino Rabbits, 1 Final Countdown, 4 Dragons, which I'm assuming is Chaos Dragons, but not too sure. 1 Inzectors, 1 Windup, and 1 Dark Worlds. So let's talk about that top 16 breakdown real quick. Dino Rabbit, still the dominant deck in the meta right now. Granted, Chaos Dragons did win, but if we look at the breakdown of the top decks played, then Dino Rabbit's still number 1. Congratulations to the first and second place finish for Chaos Dragon decks. They were great pilots, and they played the game well and were very prepared. But as far as just overall spread, it's still a Dino Rabbit dominated meta. Moving forward with this meta, we're probably gonna see more Chaos Dragons. It's an inexpensive deck. It's probably gonna cost maximum $100 to really build it. You don't really need anything but 1 card in the extra deck, which is a 5-headed dragon, so that you can actually play your Future Fusion. Most of the deck can actually survive on its own with the cards in the main deck. Dino Rabbit will still continue to be played. Obviously, it's been played a lot. It is probably a meta call right now for YCS Philly, with the fact that Dino Rabbit's probably the most complete deck at this point, barring the extra deck, which is always changing because of new Exceeds coming out. Chaos Dragons, there's still probably not a completely mastered list yet for that, but I'm sure with the release of the deck list and deck profiles that other people put up, you'll probably see the deck finally getting honed down to its main components, where it'll get to the point where you only have like 2 or 3 different card differences between that and the tech choice. Inzectors were supposed to have a good showing here. Ladybug was finally released and it became a legal card. I guess it just really didn't have that great of a showing, or the field was just full of Dino Rabbits and Chaos Dragons. I know when speaking with Alex Reed, he was saying that Inzectors, he 2-0'd every Inzector he played at YCS Dallas, and maybe the meta is either too fast in Chaos Dragons with big monsters that you just can't seem to get rid of, or too controlling with Dino Rabbits, especially because Dino Rabbits are now playing heavy back row to deal with the Chaos Dragon matchup. This is also leading into having, a lot of answers for the Inzector matchup. And Inzectors lose to Effect Veiler, which is being played in triplicate in every deck now. And if Inzectors can't get their engine rolling, then they're going to get steamrolled by bigger monsters. I mean, a normal summoned Centipede that gets Effect Veiler or Fiendish Chain isn't going to see the light of day if a Guaiba is summoned, or even if a Kabazul is summoned. Let's see, the Hieretics. A lot of people expected Hieretics to make a big splash at this. They got most of the cards that you're going to see played in the deck. I talked to a lot of people, and they were saying that a lot of it is just that the OCG has cards that they don't have yet, which put Hieretics on top. And I guess we're just waiting to see if those cards are released, or maybe there's a TCG exclusive that'll be released in the next set. I feel like Hieretics will be a good deck moving forward. It's just right now it's not a complete deck yet, or there hasn't been enough testing and building with the deck to really get it down. I know I've had a lot of friends who've already played the deck, and it just sucks when you draw a handful of normals that you can't even summon. The impact of Card D. What can we say? Final Countdown, top 16. running triple card D. Aside from that, card D, from the feature matches given, I did not see much, if any, of card D. Card D is a good card, but it does lose out to Effect Veiler. It does lose out to Fiendish Chain. It can be torrential, and having your card D be your strong opening play for a turn might not be as strong as people thought it was, considering that, you know, it's requiring you to really just kind of play your setup that turn instead of putting on an offensive front. You're playing almost a defensive front, and if your card D gets stopped, you can't tribute it off next turn. It must be tributed the turn it's normal summoned. So then you have a Meat Shield Chump Blocker that's about to take a lot of damage unless you have set up some kind of defenses behind it. Another thing, Battle Pack Epic Dawn was given its kind of pre-release run here. I know a lot of people were excited. That probably got a lot of people going to YCS Philly just for the reasoning that you could get Battle Pack Epic Dawn. I know in looking through the judge group on Facebook, there were a lot of judges who were at the event who said that a lot of players paid their entry, got their packs, and then dropped. So we'll see if sealed play takes off, or if people are specifically using it just for the reprinted cards. It was rumored that out of all the people who entered in it was either a flight or possibly the one tournament they had for it, that of all the people that entered, only 3 stayed around, and one of the people saw that there was only 3 people playing, including him, and so he promptly dropped. So we'll see if seal play takes off with Battle Pack Epic Dawn, or we'll see if possibly the people are just using it for the reprints. It's also been rumored that Tour Guide was possibly flooded within the battle packs. I don't know if this was specifically for YCS Philly, or if this is something that's going to be something that's par for the course and across the board involving Battle Pack Epic Dawn. We won't know until next week when Battle Pack Epic Dawn is finally released, but I'll speak more about Battle Pack Epic Dawn in a separate video. I do want to talk about Final Countdown a little bit more. It wasn't a meta deck, but it was a good meta call. A lot of the times, players, every deck out there right now needs their battle phase. Typically, Chain Burn is the deck that kind of surprises people and making it into top 32 or top 16. There was no Chain Burn this time, but it seemed like it swapped places with Final Countdown because people were ready for Chain Burn, or people understood how Chain Burn works now. Final Countdown will be the new deck that you will probably see at a regionals or at the next YCS that kind of takes people by surprise. A lot of it is just setting up your plays with your card Ds and or gold sarking or dualitying to find your final. You dig for that Final Countdown, and the rest of the time you just play stop attacks. The Final Countdown player, I can't remember his name at the moment, but I know for game 3s when he was going into time, he would actually side into life gain / life burn, where he could sit there and just stall out, because you're not going to go 20 turns in time, you're going to go 5 turns in time. But he would stall out and sit there and gain life the entire time. You wouldn't be able to attack, and he'd sit there and be gaining life. You'd be at 8,000 and he'd be at 10,000 or 10,500, something to where he was just gaining more life and you couldn't attack. So it's something to look out for and be prepared for. I'll probably talk about that in another video. If you have any questions or comments regarding YCS Philly, or you have any thoughts or ideas, please leave it in the comment section below. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thumbs up the video if you like it. And we're adding a new thing now into our videos. We're going to be doing a question for you guys to get feedback from you. So our question for this time is that Battle Pack Epic Dawn was released in YCS Philadelphia, and it's coming out mass release next week. Our my question for you is, what card are you most excited to play in sealed play that isn't a standard card? So I'm saying not the Ixies, not Fiendish Chain, Forbidden Chalice, Forbidden Lance, or Tour Guide. I'm talking about the other more obscure cards in the set. What are you most excited to play in a sealed play format? Thanks for your time. Again, remember to RCS, rate, comment, subscribe, thumbs up the video, like it, and remember, it's not a pro play unless it's a misplay.